Okay, somebody has leaked the Avengers Endgame bonus content extended cut post-credit scene online, and early reviews have come out of this extended cut of this 6 minutes of extra footage. They've re-released it back into theaters for this weekend and this weekend only for 2 days. I won't get a chance to see it, which is unfortunate, and I'm not sure if it's coming to DVD. I'm not sure if it will be as like a special feature or if there'll be like a separate DVD that has this extended cut on it. But apparently this new cut of Avengers Endgame will feature this post-credit scene and a 2-minute look at Spider-Man Far From Home. And that movie actually came out today on the same day as this Avengers Endgame re-release. And I had a look at what time this movie was on today, and all my fees were booked out. So this is obviously a big event, and this is definitely a big cinematic Marvel event for a lot of Marvel fans. And early reviews have come out of this kind of people have said it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'm serious. That's what I've heard. I've heard there's really nothing in this movie that really, I guess, carries on this story, or there's really nothing in there that makes you just go, wow, I've heard. So I do not know. There's 6 minutes of new stuff, and the reason why they made this new cut, this new re-release of this movie is just to get Avatar out of the #1 spot and put Avengers Endgame there, which I feel like that's a very dick move, because you should not give us an unfinished product of a movie or just stuff that we don't really even care to see that much. So I don't know what to really expect from this post-credit scene. I do not know if it will be any good. I'm not sure if it will even be worth it. I've read and seen reviews, and people have said it's disappointing and it is not worth it. It's not worth waiting 3 whole hours just for a 2-minute look at Spider-Man and this post-credit scene. So, I mean, I love Avengers Endgame, but I feel like this as far as a re-release of the movie goes, this is, I feel like, disappointing, just to really get into the #1 spot and just to get more money so they can take Avatar out of #1 spot at box office. That's the #1 movie of all time, so Avengers Endgame can take that #1 place of all time. Bad stuff, and this is stuff that there's really not a whole lot of footage in the actual 3-hour runtime of this movie. So I've heard it's mainly an introduction by Joe Russo, and then an after credit scene and a sneak peek at Spider-Man Far From Home. And I don't think we really need a sneak peek at Spider-Man Far From Home. Like, if you want a sneak peek, just go watch the trailers. I feel like that's what I would do. Is I don't think I would really wait just in a whole 3 hours just to see a 2-minute sneak peek of Spider-Man Far From Home. I can just watch the trailers, and that gives me like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of footage, along with another trailer and TV spots which deliver more footage than the 2-minute sneak peek. So, and I have my own points on that, why I'm backing that up. So, and I was originally going to go see this re-release, and I might, as being a Marvel fan, as being a huge freaking fan of Avengers Endgame, this is so far my #1 favorite movie of 2019. So I might go see it, I might not. As much as I love Endgame, I will not defend it here. I will not defend it, because I find it a very dick move just releasing it in theaters for 1 weekend, and it's really not even stuff that us fans want. It's not stuff that'll make us go, wow. It's nothing that's really new to this. It's really just stuff they really threw in there at the last second to make a quick buck to knock Avatar out of #1 box office of all time, which I find that a very dick movie. I will not defend Endgame here. I am sorry. As much as I love the movie, I like that theatrical cut a lot. I like that 3-hour runtime. I thought all 3 hours were used great. You've seen my spoiler talk. You know where I lay on this movie. You know I love it. But re-releasing it back into theaters with stuff, we don't really care. If we want to see extra Spider-Man Far From Homecoming footage, we can just watch the trailers. We do not need 2 minutes of the movie. We can just watch the trailers. It basically just gives us just as much as a 2-minute small footage. And like I'm sorry here, like knocking advertisers, really putting it in there just to make a quick buck at the last second before it exits theaters. Really nothing in this re-release cut that will really serve the movie justice. It's really just bonus stuff in there that they just threw in there just to make an extended bonus cut and stuff that won't even explain any stories. It's really just an after credit scene, an introduction with Joe Russo, and a 2-minute sneak peek at Spider-Man Far From Home. That's basically I'm guessing there might be little stuff scattered throughout this re-release, but it won't be stuff that will be fully explained. It's like they're really just making this for the purpose to knock Avatar out, and I'm sorry, Alexa, that is a dick move. That is a dick move there. And I don't want to say that, but I feel like I haven't really given my thoughts like this on my channel before. I wanted to make a video like this, and just what purpose does it serve at, like they said, Avengers Endgame like made it number 2 at the box office. They knocked out Titanic. Isn't that a big enough goal? But now they want to knock out Avatar. They want to prove to the world that they are the number 1 best movie of all time and number 1 at the box office of all time. And there's no purpose to this extended cut. There's no purpose to this bonus content. It serves no purpose to the actual movie itself, and I feel like this is really just last second stuff they really just decided to throw in there at the last second. So I am sorry, guys. I mean, I might still see it. It's just being a fan of Avengers Endgame, I would like to experience this movie one last time in theaters because I love the movie so much the first time I only saw it once. And so watching it a second time, I'll be looking forward to it, but the bonus stuff, it's like I said, I don't really know really what it is besides from what the Russo brothers and some of the cast has told us and teased us with, and they've already said that the after credit scene features Hulk. So we know that. We know there's a sneak peek of Spider-Man Far From Home. We know there's an introduction by Joe Russo. So it's like I might see it. I might see just because I want to watch this movie again. Like this bonus stuff, it could blow me out of the water. This could actually be stuff worthy to fans and worthy to its material. But from what I've heard, I don't have a lot of hope. I'm sorry. I'll probably see it though. I'll maybe tomorrow if I get some time, I might watch it. I still yet have to watch Child's Play 2019 for its. And why is it so necessary to make a re-release of Avengers Endgame? Like I said, I love Avengers Endgame. I mean, I truly love it. Number 1 movie of 2019 by far, and it's very doubtful that any other movie will be able to knock that out of my number 1 place of 2019. But as far as just a re-release for one weekend and one weekend only, I feel like this is the stuff to see cashing for a quick buck to knock Avatar out. I don't know, I guess that's just my rant on this re-release. I wouldn't even really call this a rant. I'm just really kind of giving my thoughts. Like I said, I'm a huge Avengers Endgame fan. I love this movie, so I don't know. I might go check it out if I have some time tomorrow, but I feel like it's not worth the ticket price. But I don't know. I'll see what happens. If I have time, I will see it. If I don't, I miss it. And I'll probably just look at the stuff on the internet if I miss it. But if we get some time, I might go watch it. I like to support Endgame. I'd like to see it make more money because it is a really great movie, and I would really do anything just to get back in that theater to watch it. But I feel like just really paying a ticket price to see bonus stuff, I feel like maybe people are going to be disappointed. Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I'm kind of just judging on I guess what is its purpose for having a re-release when there was enough screen time to every character, there was enough screen time to dissolve everything that was happening in that story. There was enough screen time for Thanos to be a badass. There was enough screen time for the Avengers in that 3-hour runtime. So I can't see really the purpose of this re-release. But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments if you have seen the re-release extended cut of Avengers Endgame, and if you have, is it worth it? And what did you all think of it? Did you like it? Did you think it was meh? Or did you absolutely hate this extended cut? Pop down to the comments and let me know all your thoughts on the extended cut of Avengers Endgame. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the next video.